Forget your Black Friday. Forget your Cyber Monday. This is the Thursday fire sale, and top of the list are Manchester United prima donnas. This is FUTV, Forever United TV. Welcome along, everybody. There is a dress code. You have to like the video. If you haven't liked the video, what are you doing? You're not getting in. And obviously, if you are just walking into this joint for the first time, make sure you subscribe and like the video. And let's move on with the topics. Ahmad is back in training. Another long-term injury absentee is back in Manchester United training on grass, announced by the club. Well, it's broke this afternoon. It's all over social media. Happy, yes. I was really looking forward to seeing Ahmad in pre-season. He looked sharp while he was on, and then that horrible knee injury. Absolutely devastated for him, and gutted that his toe was cut short way before it should have. And another option for us in the forward line, with more options coming back from injury, i.e. Mainoo's back, Ahmad's back. We've got plenty of options in our front line now. Isn't it time we had a little bit of a clear out? It's sale time. Like I said, let's get through everyone that we don't want at Manchester United. We'll go through the rumour mill first, obviously, on where the story has come from, and the newspapers and the outlets, obviously. But I want to know what you guys think. I want to know who you want out of the club. Who can we make some money off? If we're not going to get any money in January, like we talked about earlier on today in the other live stream, no money for Ten Hag, no signings coming in. Should we now be looking to try and offload players? If it's not in January, by the end of the season, get some things in motion, get the ball rolling to try and fill the coffers ready for Ten Hag to properly bring the players that he needs at Manchester United to play the way we played last night and fill in them gaps that we discussed earlier on. If you wasn't in the video earlier on, we were just talking about how well United played, and if we continue playing that way, we will leave holes and we will get countered. So have we got better players within this squad that we can now bring in and play in that type of system that we played last night, where it is that high press and high intensity? Is there anyone that you want to bring in? Let's get into the show, everyone. Anyway, yes, welcome along, everyone. I can see people filling up the chat right now. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you've had a good day. It has been absolutely lashing it down here in Manchester all day. And by the way, thank you everyone for all your well wishes earlier on. And if you didn't watch earlier on, like I said, and you didn't know, we have hit 30,000 subscribers today. So big up everyone in the chat and everyone who has subscribed. All the members, everyone who likes the videos, comes on, comments on my shows and my vlogs as well when they've gone up on YouTube after the live streams. Brilliant stuff. Loving everyone's interaction and contributions to the channel. It has been an epic start to FUTV, and we go on. Next target, 50k. Let's do it. Come on. Anyway, into what we're talking about. So there's quite a few media sources and outlets talking about Manchester United looking to offload some of the so-called big guns, prima donnas, players that might have a bit of value, dummy spitters, not really bothered us, anything you want to call them. There are some other words that I think a few fans have used over the last few months this season anyway with these players, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to mention them words on this show anyway. It's a bit too early. Let's just say it that way. Yeah, save it for the watch-alongs. Anyway, yes. Who do you want in? Who should go? I mean, I'm forgetting about ins at the moment completely. I talked about this earlier on. I feel like Manchester United should be just hell-bent on clearing the decks to make sure the space is there. There are some young players coming through. We've seen it. We've seen the young players coming in. Like, you only have to look at Garnacho and Mainoo over the last couple of seasons. This season, Mainoo. Last season, Garnacho. Now he's established. Think of the money that we've saved in them two players and what they can become. But what they do need is the right players around them to develop and get better and be that player that we all know that they can be. So I say right now, I mean, in the chat, let me know, how good do you think Mainoo and Garnacho can be, first of all? Because that is the proper development for Manchester United. That's what we used to do. Our biggest players always came through the ranks. We were always young players, and we just added nice little toppings on top of our cake, and it was just perfect, wasn't it? The blend was just fine. I mean, now it's like, what's that on the shelf there? Let's get that, put that in, that in. We'll have a bit of Di Maria, a bit of Cavani in there as well. What else have we got there? Oh yeah, Rojo, he sounds all right, he smells good. That's what it's been. It's been scattergun, hasn't it? Sorry about that, just got a bit adventurous and crazy there. But yeah, it's not been United, has it? And United is the key word in all of this. That team last night was United, and it played together, played well, and we can make it better, I feel. But Let me know what you think about Mainu. Let me know what you think about Garnacho. How good can they be? Can they be world class? Regulars? Squad players? How good can them two be? Because that's where United need to be looking. All United's young players right now, I feel, if we play the right team around them, can prosper. It's like, I just don't think, and again, I know we've got Rashford top of everyone's lips and it's the main topic of conversation. He's on everyone's thumbnails, but Marcus Rashford right now, I don't think he's a good enough role model for a lot of the young players coming through. He can change and he can start working harder and then everyone's happy. And we're looking in a better place. And we don't have to slag Rashford off. We can go back to getting the Rashford that we had last season maybe. But no, what we have to do is we have to put players in positions that actually work for Manchester United. To do that, we need to clear out the players that don't want to be there or aren't asked about being there. So, let's get through the list. Number 1. I think we have to just get rid of Anthony Martial's wage bill, don't we? I mean, no one's going to buy him. We're never going to get a penny for Martial. And the song that we sang, Martial, 50 million down the drain, I think that might actually be truer than what we all thought at the time. It was all good back in the day, wasn't it? It was fantastic, but Martial, I think, has to be top of the list for me. I feel like he just needs his wage off Manchester United's wage bill. I think we're not going to get any money. Let's just cut our ties. It's a player gone, big wage gone, and saving us an awful lot of money a month. And that wage can go on someone else. It can go to giving a couple of young players a new contract, academy players, or we can attract players in, like young players, and bring them in to our youth academy with that wage. It goes a long way. It really does. Maybe we should invest in the training ground with Anthony Martial's wages. You never know. Comments coming in thick and fast already. Want to try and get as many as I can in. You know, I like to get as many of you guys' comments in on these live shows later on in the evening as well. Alex Marlan says, Adam, when Rashford came on last night, he looks like a player who really didn't want to be closed down and do the dirty work, but knew he had to. Looks lost. He looks like a lost soul. He does, Rashford. He just looks awkward at the moment on the pitch, and it's horrible. Horrible for him, horrible for us to actually watch. Nick S says, they will only be as good as the club allows them to be. Not the best club until now for developing young talent. No, that's very true, Nick. I think we do need to actually invest in our academy. I think we are going the right way with it. There is big changes at United with our academy, but it gets to that brick wall when it comes to the first team, and no one seems to go past it. No one seems to develop more. We need players like Garnacho and Mainu to actually come into the team and hold the place down. But, well, we've got all these prima donnas in place. It's not going to happen. Who's in Garnacho's way at the moment? He is that good that no one is in his way. And he's a first-team starter. Rashford, when fit, doesn't even dislodge Garnacho. He's been pushed out to the right-hand side now. So Rashford's got 3 people he's fighting for a place with right now. Because Ahmad's coming back as well. So Ahmad, Palestre, Antony, you can even play Bruno out there, Mount out there. It's stacked out there. We haven't really got much on the left-hand side. Although Rashford can play there if Garnacho isn't fit. So you could look at it that way and say, good to still have Rashford there just in case. But I do believe that we have finally seen the end and the back end of Martial. It is done. It is dusted. We don't need him anymore. He isn't contributing enough to the team. And it's a big chunk of that wage bill gone. There's my man, United Insider. Ahmad back soon. Too, mate. Yes, I just mentioned that, but it is the Insider United that has been talking about Ahmad coming back. He gets us some insider info into United training ground and who's fit and who's not. So Ahmad, yes, he will be back, and really looking forward to seeing him. I want to see where Ten Hag's going to involve him. I hope he doesn't send him out on loan in January now. He deserves a chance in the team, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Ten Hag does with that. Don't forget, hit the like button, people, if you are just tuning in. I know there's a lot more people coming through right now. So give the video a like, please, and do subscribe if you are tuning in for the first time. We're already ready to hit that first 100 after the 30k. It is just moving, people. Moving fast. That's what we like. Like United were last night. Boom, yes. All good. A few more comments on Mainu as well here. Let's just have a quick look. DJ John T says, can't wait for Mainu to be the first team player. The future is in his hands. Yes, it definitely is. Bring on Bournemouth at the weekend, says General Foodie. A lot of people looking forward to that game now. Bournemouth in form though, so don't be surprised. Bournemouth really do put up a fight in this one. If Rashford has personal problems, he needs to leave them at the door when he goes to work. Like us, we've got to do. Plus, he's on 375k a week. Yes, he is. I think it's a bit different with the pressure and everything on a footballer these days. But yeah, I take what you mean. He does need to leave it in the changing room, if anything. He does. Anfield going to be the test. Yes, it is. Zayn Yassi in with a super chat. Cheers for that, Zayn. What have you got now? Why did you buy Højlund for 70 million? He might not score all season. Nketiah is better than him. Buy him as we could get Tony. Zayn, thank you for the contribution. Now shut up and go away. Stop talking garbage. Only messing, mate. Love the banter. But no, Nketiah isn't better than Højlund. As soon as Højlund starts scoring, miles better player. Miles better player. Nketiah can't get ahead of Jesus. We all know what his goal scoring record's like. Yeah. And you were lucky the other night as well. Swine. Jealous not. No, I'm not. Promise you. But Declan Rice is the signing of the summer. That's what I'll say. Definitely. Brilliant signing for Arsenal. Wish we had him in ours. But yeah, that is United in the summer. And that's gone. Martial out the door. There's number one. The noise is Casemiro wants out of Manchester United. Honestly, Casemiro... I need to keep Casemiro in this team. I mean, I'm looking at that midfield and I'm going, it's not... Amrabat and McTominay, they both had good games last night. Not reliable enough. I know Casemiro's had a bit of a stinker all season and he hasn't been fantastic himself, but I still think that experience, we need that in our team at least to the end of the season. Let him see 2 years out, and then if he wants to go, we can sell him possibly. Maybe we can make a little bit of money. So Casemiro, what does that give us? How much can we make for Casemiro? Honestly, at his age, what, 31? Maybe get 10 million from the Saudi League or something like that. Evening to everyone just tuning in as well. Hello, hope you're all good. Don't forget, dress code is liking the video before you come in. So do give the video a like, people. Thank you. Casemiro, what's his worth? Come on, people, get in the chat with me right now. What is Casemiro worth? What we saying? I'm going 10 million. Has anyone got any advance on 10 million? At 31, there's not going to be many takers. I think Saudi, maybe, somewhere like that, for him to finish off. What we saying? Have we got 10 million for Casemiro? Are there any takers? Is there anyone more than that? I'm not getting many in the chat at the moment, guys. I want to see what you think. Casemiro has to go. If he does go in the summer, how much are we getting for him? That's what we need to know. I'm going 10 million. I think we'll stick with that at the moment and let you guys just come in. See, Tom's in with another super chat. Cheers for that, buddy. There is no excuse for Rashford. Imagine your childhood team paying you 350 a week. Smile, entertain the fans, and play for your club. Great channel, Adam. That is getting a top like, that one. Tom's, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend, and well put message in there as well. I don't think there's many people who are going to disagree. Not going to disagree at all. We've got some prices coming in now for Casemiro. Ashid says 25 to 35 million. 60 million to Saudi, says Denton. Nah, come on. We ain't getting 60 mil back for Casemiro. That's just crazy talk. If there's someone stupid enough to pay 60 million for Casemiro now, then we're snapping their hands off. Would you take Thomas Muller? No, that's just going back down the road of problems that we've caused before. Big wages, a player at the end of his career. We're looking to the future. I don't want anyone in the 30s. Not even, well, especially not in the 30s that Muller's pushing. I thought this channel was called United Vibe. No, we rebranded it last week, last Friday, mate. We've mixed it all up, Cal. It's not Cal, sorry. F document it was. We've mixed it all up, and we are now FUTV. We are Forever United. It was something that was just in the pipeline that we had to time right, and now I've done it. SRC, loving the channel, bud. 50 mil Saudi, 20 mil Europe. 50 mil Saudi, 20 mil Europe for Casemiro. Yeah, I could see that. Erika says 20 mil as well. Yep. I think Let's just say 20 million for Casemiro. Right, so I'm going to write that down. So far, 20 mil in the bag for Cas. That's our summer so far. Right, we're doing it. It's a wholesale, guys. This is it. Man United sale time. Zayn Miasi's back in with another chat. Zayn's on it today. Someone's confident. We'll see against Villa at weekend, Zayn, if you're still shouting it. But cheers for the super, mate. Arsenal should get Casemiro as backup for Rice. You mean Casemiro, mate? Or is that a new player I don't know about? Casemiro. Should we call him, Zayn? I think you got that one wrong. I'll go with Casemiro. You want him as backup for Rice. Is that just taking the mick, mate, again? Yes. Rice, who's the best player in his position in the league? Him and Rodri, I would say. Fighting it out at the moment. Rodri still tips it for me. But Rice has definitely given you a new lease of life. Rice has given him the lease of life. Poet Annie didn't know it. Yes, he has, though. He has been good, must admit. Cheers for the super, Zayn. Brilliant stuff as always, mate. Even though it is just pure Arsenal banter. You do make everyone laugh, though, Zane. I will say that. A fiver for Martial, says MT. I've just gone with nothing for Martial. I'll give up on getting any money for him, so don't worry about that one, guys. Let me see. Hi, Adam. Hope you're well, mate. I am very good. Squidgy, very, very good. Casemiro, we bought him in at 20 mil. Right, that's it. Okay, next on the fire sale list is Raphael Varane. Obviously, we've been talking plenty about Raphael. He pretty much put himself on the transfer market. I did a video on it the other day. I can't see Casemiro staying at Manchester United. Not when there's so many players now ahead of him. I said it in the video the other day. Officially, he is now 5th choice centre-back at Manchester United. So I just don't see a guy who's won absolutely everything in world football hanging around, sitting on the bench, watching everyone. We have got polls up now as well, guys. So we're going to do a polls on this one. How much for Raphael Varane? We have got, option-wise, we've got 10 to 20 million, 20 to 30 million, 30 to 40 or 40 to 50. So far, it looks like most people are in and around that 20 mil mark. But 20 to 30, people think we can actually get a little bit more. So, Varane, is he bringing us some money in? I feel, yeah, I think it is going to be around that mark. We'll let that poll just suck out a bit. I mean, what does Varane bring? 15 million, says DJ John T. He brings experience. He's our best defender. I've said all along I want him to stay. I want him to play. He said he wants to stay at United. I think that was the ultimatum the other day, like we spoke about. But honestly, I just think he had so much more. I'd love to see him now alongside Maguire, just to see how them two play together. Ten Hag doesn't think he can pass a ball. That's the problem. So if he isn't going to play him, we've got to sell him, because Varane, I feel, can fetch that money in. I do think Varane is a player that we will fetch, probably our biggest, if it's January, if it's in the summer. I feel like he is a player that's going to bring our biggest sum in anyway. Love from Bermuda, Adam, great channel, says Chai, thank you very much. That's Ollie talking to Zayn. Yeah, DJ, yes. It is 20 million at least. He's injury prone, but he has quality, says Josu. Varane 20 million, still class centre back, and the best one we've got. I agree with that one, Josu, as well. And sorry, SRC. Rajat says 50 million, Adam. Wow, 50 million for Varane. I don't think we get that much. I really don't. Eric Ten Hag said Varane can't pass the ball. Well, he changed him out of the team because he thought Maguire could pass the ball better from that side. That's what he said. The balance of Maguire and Evans was better than Varane, because the passing was better with them two playing in them positions. Some tactical switch that Ten Hag made up. But honestly, at the moment, he's behind Luke Shaw, he's behind Evans, Lindelof, Maguire. Varane's got to go, hasn't he? If he ain't going to play, we got to sell. Sell to buy. That's Manchester United. Let's see where the poll is at on this one. Forever United TV poll. We've got plenty of votes in, and we are locking in 20 to 30 million. So we're always going to go on the higher amount because it just looks better. We probably won't get it because we're useless in the market, but I'm going to go with the higher amount each time. So Rafael Varane, 30 million. We are locking it in. Varane, 30 mil. So far, in terms of players that we could make money on, we've got Casemiro at 20 million and Varane at 30 million. God, who'd have thought they'd be the players we'll be trying to sell last season? Just cast your minds back to that productive season last season, and Casemiro and Varane were like mainstays and top players. They were like the leaders in the changing room at Manchester United, picking up our first trophy in 4 years. And now we're looking to sell them because they can't get in the team. Who'd have thought? What a complete turnaround from what was going on when we were entering the summer. Absolutely craziness. Absolute craziness. Next on the list, I mean, this is the most obvious one. And this is going to be a tester. Jadon Sancho. Do you feel Manchester United will be able to sell him? Period. And how much for Jadon Sancho? We're going to go down the same values that we just did for Varane, because it's easier, and I don't see anyone going above 50 million for him. So we'll go 20-30. We'll go 10-20, 20-30, 30-40, and then 40-50. Sancho, get your votes in on him right now. Let's get through some of the chat while that one goes up. I do believe, I reckon we can get 40 million for Sancho. What do you reckon? I think the club is only getting rid of Varane and Casemiro because of their high wages and no other reason. That's disgraceful for a club like Man United stature. But it's Glazonomics. Yes, Dobby is free. Great name again. I agree with that in a way, in a sense, but it was Glazonomics that actually brought them players into Manchester United, but the opposite. So in theory, is this, or could this actually be Sir Jim Radcliffe? Could this be Ineosnomics? Is that a word? Can we make that a word? Ineos? Is it a bit Ineos? Have we got 100 likes? Because I've just seen a gifted membership from our Honest Tiger in the chat. Let me check. We do have 100 likes. Thank you very much, everyone. And Jody has just taken up that membership, kindly donated by our man at the moment, Mr. Honest Tiger. Honest Tiger, let me know how much for Sancho. Put your comment in right now. I'll try and override the chat and the poll. Wow, it's tight. This is a complete... Oh, yes. We've actually got, what, 4% separating, or near enough, it just went a bit more. 4%. So we're going from 10 to 40 million. Can we get more for Jadon Sancho? If you want to make another attempt, DJ John says 40 to 50. Yeah. You ain't getting 50 million for him. Someone, I think that's Ben, just actually messaging me there in the chat saying we ain't getting 50 million for Jadon. Am I wishful thinking here or what, guys? What are we saying? Rajat still says Maguire and McTominay need to go even after their performances last night. I know. One game wonders do not count at Manchester United. Or they shouldn't count anyway. W3 says exactly. The club gave them the big wages. It's disrespectful to the players who have been consummate professionals, and we're pivotal in helping us qualify for the Champions League last season. It's a very good point. A very good point. Honest Tiger says, just get rid of him. Blunt and to the point. I like it. I like it a lot. But how much for Jadon Sancho? The poll is still open, guys, so get voting on that right now. So far, it's 30 to 40 million. I think his age comes into it. He has had some good spells. Not many for United, but mainly in... in Dortmund, I would say, wouldn't you? Have we ever seen a good spell of games for Jadon Sancho? That is the problem, isn't it? That's the problem with Jadon Sancho. No one really cares, and no one's clamouring to keep him because he's never really performed for the club. It looks like, and going off rumours, it's a loan with an option to buy is the most likely outcome in January. So, yeah. Honestly... I can see that happening, but I don't know who's going to buy him. I mean, if he goes to Dortmund I think we've got a chance of selling him. I do. Goes Juventus? I don't know. I don't know how he'll take. I mean, if anything, he'll go with his mate who he likes being late with in Paul Pogba in Juve. That'll be a good thing for him. We talked about that the other day again. Yeah, for someone who is always late, for someone who hasn't performed on the pitch, has disrespected the manager, oh, who is going to buy him? I mean, he's not done enough on the pitch to convince anyone for me. And it's like Ben just said then, you ain't getting 50 million. Are we getting anything for him? That's the question. Kushel says, loan him until a new gaffer comes in and maybe he'll do something. I don't know if a new gaffer's going to come in, mate. Jadon Sancho is gone. Like, he doesn't stand a chance while Ten Hag is here. And I can't see Ten Hag going anywhere. Daz Salford, 69. How are we doing, buddy? Does last night make you a bit less stressed about Liverpool game, or are you taking it game by game till nearer the time? Not less stressed about the Liverpool game. I mean, United can go into a Liverpool game at Anfield in the best form we have been all season. I'd still be nervous and think we're going to lose the game because we never win at Anfield. And the last time I can remember winning at Anfield, Wazza scored off a Fellaini header off the bar. I remember it well under Van Gaal. What was that then? 16? 17? Something like that? Oh, bad news, that. Not everyone would want to go to Saudi, says Guess. Many South Americans end up back home. True. True. Casemiro could end up going. That is that's a definite. Saudis will buy him. Just like Sancho rots in the youth team, said Dobie is free. We hope we obliterate Bournemouth. Wingers are looking good. Nacho and Anthony. Nacho, I like that one. Sandro Rodriguez with a super chat. Cheers for that, buddy. He's saying, mate, doing your own thing was your best decision. Great super chat. Thank you very much, Sandro. And I feel the same, mate. I do. As we pass over 30,000 today with our new targets set in front of us. Guys, I am, for all you members in the house, we could not track down Mary for the prize giveaway. So I am going to be doing a redraw, and I'm going to open up a new one, a new prize. Same shirt, the 1988 blue away shirt. There is going to be a draw for all of the members. Stay tuned to the community post, which is coming up. That will be up this week, guys. All you need to do on there is follow the instructions on that post, and you will be automatically entered into the draw, which I will do. When will I do that draw? I'm going to give you guys enough time to all get in there and give as many members as a chance as possible. So I would say we are going to do it probably... Let's say, I'm trying to think of the games actually. Who have we got coming up? Yeah, we're going to do it on I think West Ham. West Ham away from home. I think that game, yes. Can't remember the exact date on that, but it is this month. So let's do West Ham. It's Rosa, not Mary. Thank you, Kaz. Keep getting that name wrong for some reason. Okay, the poll is shut. How much money are we making for Jadon Sancho? 40 million. I'm taking it. Ben won't be pleased with that. He doesn't see us getting anything. Well, he will be pleased with it, but I don't think he'll believe it. So far, we've sold Casemiro, we sold Varane, and we sold Jadon Sancho. 40 million, 30 equals 70, and we're on to 90 million. Wow, can we really get 90 million? Can United recoup 90 million in one transfer window? That will be a first. We ain't got any Ronaldos anymore to sell. Should we make it Boxing Day, the draw? Patrick's just made a comment now. We've got Villa on Boxing Day, haven't we? I'm sure it's Villa on Boxing Day. Let me just double check that, actually. I'm sure Manchester United have got Villa on Boxing Day. Let me just double check. Right, where are we? Boxing Day for Manchester United. Pretty certain it was at home to Aston Villa. Yes, indeed. We can't do it on that day because I'm actually at the game, so I won't be live. I think the 23rd of December, before Christmas giveaway, will be the one. West Ham away from home. I'll be doing the watch along with Craig. I think that's the day, yeah. 23rd. I'll put that on the post. And we will go with that one. Right, okay. This is where I'm going to open it up to you guys. We are going to ask you, who else can Manchester United sell? What position do we need to relinquish and bring someone different in? We've got rid of a central midfielder, an attacker, and a central defender in Varane as well. So, who is coming in? Who else can we get rid of? Yeah? Anyone? Maguire is on there. I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to get anything for Maguire because he is very soon going to be coming to the end of his contract now. We didn't get rid of him. We lost 30 million to West Ham. Another year on, another year older, another year less on his contract. No one's going to be paying stupid money for Harry Maguire. We can't sell Martial, by the way. We just accepted that we're not going to get anything for him. We're just going to let him go because he's that annoying and he's that crap. So Martial isn't on there. We can't sell Onana, John Richmond. We cannot sell Onana. It's not fair. He's not been in long enough. Maguire and McTominay, we tried to do that last summer, didn't we? I just don't think we're going to be able to get any money for Maguire. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, if we've signed up and we're supposed to be looking at Frimpong, should we talk down the road of right back then? Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think we'll do next. He is coming to the last year of his contract though, so can we get anything for Wan-Bissaka before he goes on a free? I think we'll put that poll up next and we'll go with that one. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rajat, good shout there, mate. 15 to 20 million. We're going with the same numbers again. I doubt we'll get anywhere near the 50 mil mark, not even 40 mil. I mean, I would put Lindelof in there as well, but maybe we should look at Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka together because they're both on the last years. They're both going to probably get that option added on. Don't forget to give the video a like, guys, as well, please. Thank you. They're both going to have that extension put on, I think. I'd keep Wan-Bissaka, says Patrick. And Wan-Bissaka in a low line is 50 million easy. But on 1 year left of his contract, that's the problem, Carl. 400 mil, says Dad Salford. Are you kidding? You're trying to rename him and rebrand Wan-Bissaka for that price. I feel Donny has to be sold also. Yeah, Donny's another good one, actually. I think. Right, so what can we make for Aaron Wan-Bissaka? What can we honestly make for Wan-Bissaka? I feel I'm looking in the 20 million mark personally. I feel like Wan-Bissaka's, because of these contract situation and limited going forward, he's not what you would call a modern day fullback, is he? He's not. So we go with a Wan-Bissaka and Spider-Man. Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof together. Can we do a 2-for-1 package? What can we get for both of them? We're at 90 million now with 3 players out the door. 3 players out the door that right now are not contributing anything to Manchester United under Ten Hag. I think that's key in all of this. It's not players that are actually playing week in, week out here. I mean, Casemiro is injured. Yes, give him that. But right now, in this team, there isn't one of them players actually contributing anything. So what can we say? What are we doing? Where are we going with it? Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, 2 players I feel we can get rid of. I do believe that we did get rid of Wan-Bissaka. We would have to go and buy another right back though. We definitely need another right back if Wan-Bissaka goes. I think we're actually spending our money on a right back and a centre back the way we're going here at the moment. What's people saying in the chat? What is the poll at? Combined, actually, nothing to 25 million is winning. 25 million for 2 players. Shows how far we've come, doesn't it? Are you guys insane, says Carl B. We can't be because Manchester United have let these contracts run down and we are now in the last year of their contracts, so we haven't really got a say on anything here. Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof. The players that really should have... I mean, Lindelof should have gone a long time ago for me. He was never good enough. 25 to 50 million is now come back up. I think Carl's shout in the chat there has got people scared. It is creeping up again. It's close between 25 to 50 million and 0 to 25 million. 35 million says DJ John T. Vincent, are you talking? Just check out the rest of that. Some great conversations going on in the chat as well, by the way, guys. Keep it going, keep it going. Bring the youth through. It says AKM, 100% agree on that one. I think we can bring a lot of the youth through. I don't think there's anyone in the youth system at the moment which is really pulling up any trees defensive wise, centre back wise. Reece Bennett is a good prospect. He's had a real hard time with injuries at the moment, so no. Mengier didn't make it. He's obviously playing at Luton right now, which is good to see him playing his trade there and doing well. But no one else really. I think we've got the best of the crop through at the moment. It's time to develop the next one. Mainu has been a breath of fresh air, and you know what? He's saved his club an absolute fortune, hasn't he, as well? He saved them an absolute fortune. It's crazy. Right, okay, let's just finish the poll. We're going to go 25 to 50 million has won the vote, and that would bring us in at 50 million for both of them. Aaron Wan-Bissaka with Victor, 50 mil. Okay, wishful thinking, but you never know. That brings us to 140 million for 5 players sold, who you could say we could easily cope without right now. 140 million. There you go. There's 2 £70 million players in 2 positions. Which 2 positions do we want to spend them 2 70 millions? And this is full on Championship manager mode. This right now, isn't it? We're never going to get that amount of money. I think that's clear. It was fun while we played the game, but this goes to show where people's minds are at and how much these players are actually worth. How nearly what? So we've got at least over half of that list. So we picked out what, 3 players there. Martial, Lindelof, and Wan-Bissaka are all coming to the end of their contracts next year. That's crazy. That's crazy. And these are players that the club and the managers have been relying on recently. It just shows how far we've fallen and how far behind we are with our whole structure of football. Our whole structure of football. So Jim Radcliffe has got a huge task on his hand to try and turn these players around. But I would say, realistically, for them players, we're lucky to scrape 100 million together, I think. I really do think we would struggle to get that amount of money. The way that we work, the way that Manchester United have always been in the transfer market, we are really struggling with that. And I cannot see anywhere near 100 million. Maybe 70, 80 million, I think, at most. And that's ridiculous. It is for them players and the calibre of players that they are as well. It's an absolute joke, but I think that's the reality that we're facing. I really do. Donny van der Beek, I think we could get 10, 15 million for him as well. So could throw him in there. If we can't make 100 million out of that, and now we're really going to miss all of them players, can we bring 2 players in for that? Yeah, I think we can. I think we can. And you imagine the wage bill. Now, all of these players, like the big names here, and this is the other story in this. This is like, I can't remember who it was who said it actually in the chat, the Glazonomics side of things. Ten Hag is being forced, and people are saying that Ten Hag is turning into a bit of a yes man for this because he is getting rid of the high earners at the football club. So Glazonomics and bringing the prices down and bringing United in line with financial fair play and the profit and sustainability rules with the Premier League, that Ten Hag is now being forced into getting rid of bigger players and trying to work around what he's got. We cannot go forward doing that. We know that because we're going to need good players. We're going to need to bring good players in. Otherwise, like I said, these younger players, there's no point in them being here. They need them role models. They need them experienced players, and they need them players that they can look up to and go, yes, that's what I want to be. That's what it is. There is no one there at the moment in this football team. Bruno, I could see some would say it. And who else in that team? And some people are disagreeing with me and arguing the Bruno point. But I look at it and I go, there isn't really anyone. You could argue Luke Shaw. Never consistent enough. Brilliant spells. Probably one of the most experienced players at the football club. But again, is he a role model for young players coming through? Apparently he is a voice in the changing room. So you could say Luke Shaw could be that man. I'm struggling past that. I really am. I don't think there is anyone. But we want to talk positive. We've had a good week so far. Hopefully we can carry it on against Bournemouth at weekend. But I feel like Manchester United and Amad Diallo is going to give us a new lease of life. It is another player that can really change things and mix things up. It's going to make things interesting come January because we've got too many people on that right-hand side. Amad, Palestre, Antony, Rashford, 4 there, all playing for the same spot in the team. That's a bit too much. I know Rashford can play on the left, and that's competition for Garnacho. But is Amad going to get a chance? Is he going to go back out on loan? Do you feel like Amad should go out on loan again, or do you want to see him in the team, everyone? Let me know. Adam, please do a poll whether to keep Rashford or sell him. I think I'll just throw that poll up right now, actually, just to see. Hopefully Ben's listening to that one and we can do it. Would you sell or would you keep Marcus Rashford? We're going to go a straightforward yes or no. Would you sell Marcus Rashford, yes or no? Let me know. Super chat in from Sandro. If PSG comes to Rashford, sell him. I think I've got his vote already there with that one. Cheers for that, Sandro. Went straight into it. Rashford is a terrible role model for the youth. Love your work from Bangladesh. Thank you very much. Love that, Masood. Brilliant stuff. Let me know where you're all watching from around the world as well. Let's see who wins the furthest away. Paulinho Fulham, 60 million. Great buy. That's a good shout, James. Good shout. Will make us much more solid and help support Menu. 2. No ego from a smaller club. Makes perfect sense, which is why it won't happen. Clowns. Yeah, it was good. It's good. Oh, no, it's not happening. Okay, the poll is up. Rashford, sell or keep? This was asked for by you, the viewers. This is all yours. 65 million for Rashi Adam. Sell. 86% so far in the early one. Ben's just thrown a loan him out in there just to play with people's heads. There's no way Rashford's going on any loan. Let me just see. Wivenshaw, Dublin, Singapore. Nice. Alan, the poll is there now in the chat, mate. It should be there. Just let me know if you can see it okay. Let me see. Going Bayern, Paulinho says Zippy Penguin tribute. Probably the comeback for him after that farce that was the end of the last transfer window when they didn't get him. Keep up the great work and content from San Diego, California, says Fran. Love that. Pajala in Sweden, 120 kilometers above the